What's up, everybody? We are back. Welcome to the Buzz Club. I'm your host, Honeybee, and we have a few good, fine gentlemen on this show today. I'm doing something a little different here. I'm trying to start something new in which we can talk about the male and the female species in an open and candid way. So I have an all-male panel here today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. Come on, don't talk at once.
Hi, I'm David Anderson, youth motivational speaker at Like a Hater.
Hi, my name is Aaron Phillips Scott. I'm a youth leader at _AP Scott.
How you doing? My name is Yusuf Muhammad, filmmaker, photographer, and I also basically book concerts in the city of Philadelphia and New York at Yusuf Yui.
So, do you believe in practicing celibacy before marriage?
I believe that's what the Bible says. My beliefs aren't in question. What does the word say? You know, if this is what the word says, and that's what you're supposed to do. Did I always do that? No. Am I going to sit up here and act like I'm perfect? No, because I'm not. And there's not a man on this panel who is. But, now that I'm much older, I'm out of my 20s, I see the benefit in celibacy because without celibacy, there are no unwanted pregnancies. With celibacy, there's no STDs. There's very little drama. And most importantly, there's no unwanted child support. I'm just saying, there's something to be said for the blueprint.
A lot of times, when you become physically intimate with somebody, your whole relationship changes. There are actually chemical changes that take place in the body when an orgasm takes place, right? And something that's not going to go back. And now we're entering into a bond. And not to mention that this is what the word says, that you're not to be doing this before you get married, or that sex is a thing that's set apart for married people. So you're already in the wrong now, aside from all these physical changes and stuff like that. But I did just want to clarify the point that celibacy is actually the vow of not being married, right? Versus abstinence, which is going to be waiting for some period of time, whatever the case may be. So you can abstain from any type of thing. Okay. So I just wanted to share that.
What's your points?
I mean, like you said, nobody's perfect on this panel, and I'm assuming I'm probably.
Are you trying to say?
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm
it.
assuming that I'm probably the only one that's in my 20s on the panel right now.
No.
But I don't know. We live in this society. It's a little bit different. I mean, the majority. I even talk about that a lot. I think the majority of us don't even think about being married anymore because we don't even live with that mindset of wanting to be married anymore.
Well, I just went to wedding Saturday. Young people are married.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm talking about on a major scale. Okay. It's just the way that it's even packaged to us is as a joke. Unfortunately, it's not packaged to us as something that you want to
when
go.
When you say us, do you mean us as in African Americans, or do you mean us as in young adults? Because I find that more Caucasians are getting married.
No, I definitely think specifically towards us as young black people that it's geared towards us. I was just talking about that last night, and I was saying, politics aside, if you look at the example of President Obama and his wife, it's just an example of black love that you can be a wife, you can be a husband, you can be a king, and you can be a queen. Mm-hmm. It's a perfect example. Take politics out of it,
right?
But just look at the image that is there. You have no excuse to say that you've never seen it or that it doesn't exist.
The black people haven't really seen it since the Cosbys. It seems like.
Yeah, but that was a show.
Yeah,
that was a show.
Talking about.
So now it's we've seen it from real.
But that was a show. We have it now. We've had it for 4 years, and you have a perfect example. That's our president. You don't see any TV shows geared towards that type of lifestyle.
Nope, and you won't.
They're all geared towards the Stevie J, where he has a baby mom and a wife and all this other stuff.
Look at this. Even I work with kids. So. Even sometimes picking kids up, you rarely see a father and a mother pick up their kids together. Mm-hmm. But I've seen it in other environments. Mm-hmm. So why is that so rare? Why? What's going on with love, black and black love? What's going on?
I preach black love all the time, right. And I think, like I said, it's a rarity because so many choose not to see it.
That's right. I mean, you see what you want to see. At the end of the day, I have a niece and nephew, and they live in a very nice Christian bubble, and they believe the entire world is good and no harm will ever come to them. That is their reality, and I pray that it stays that way for as long as humanly possible. But everybody in this room knows better. And so it's what you choose to see, it's what you choose to seek out. But a lot of times we'll complain, especially I hear a lot of sisters complain about the images that are put on TV, but the main people watching them are the same sisters who complain. And so until such time as you're ready to address your hypocrisy and ready to vote with your eyes, your ears, and your wallets, I really don't want to hear what you have to say.
What you entertain, you empower.
Thank you.
People need. A lot of us are so lazy.
You think?
Just flat lazy. Like, we need some discipline.
Talk to
If
him.
there are things that you want to have and want to do, you're going to have to say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. You're going to have to go after the things that you want, and you're going to have to set aside the things that you do not want. And until you're willing to do that, these shows are on the TV. I don't watch them.
Me neither.
I have no interest in them, and I also know that all they're going to do is poison my mind. And so I don't put them on. And I also don't add to the ratings that are allowing these shows to continue to go on. Just the laziness piece. Disciplining ourselves, training ourselves. We're not given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. And so if we choose now, everything's a choice. So do you choose to operate in that? Are you willing to step out on your power, on your love, on your self-control? Or are you just going to be a victim to the surroundings, your situation? Forget it.
It's very easy to be a victim, and it's very hard to be a victor.
The mantra that I'm kind of, the way that I've been kind of looking at things, and as I'm just developing as a young man and just kind of learning from my examples and learning from, men like this, and just learning from just having conversations and even dealing with women and even dealing them from the perspective of what I kind of deal with them from and being in the city and kind of being known and things like that. I've always said this, and this is just my new saying, is that whatever you put up with, that's what you're going to end up with. And period. Simple and plain. Whatever you put up with is what you will end up with. So for women specifically, if you put up with garbage, you're going to end up with garbage.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? And it's the same thing for men as well.
And also, if you always do the same thing and don't change it, you always end up with the same thing. So you have to take that initiative and say, I'm in control of my destiny, and I'm going to change what I don't want.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, maybe I'm young. I don't know what that is. I don't know how these thousands of examples of baby moms is not I don't know how that's not more of a teaching tool. Like you saw,
It's not.
I really that to me is
It's
baffling.
People still are going for the gusto every day.
Still
And
don't
I'm
get
like,
it.
you know what? You do it. Now, before we go though, I want to ask you one question. Keep it light. What's the most beautiful thing about a woman?
Wow, the most beautiful thing about a woman.
Mm.
Wow, that's heavy.
Guys,
how do
ask
you
you
put
all these
that-
other questions.
How you put
Because
that into one
you
Yeah,
thing?
can't, you
how do you
can't
say
say
one
one
thing?
thing,
Yeah.
because women are more complicated. Like even if you break it down like this, real quick, if you break it down like this, if you have a son, you give him a ball, you give him some sneakers, you give him some jeans, you give him a T-shirt, he's happy.
Good.
When you have a little girl, you have to give her barrettes, and you have to paint the room pink, and you have to, you got to go and see the Wiggles, and then you got to take her to H&M. Like there are a lot of things that go
Just
into
say some
women.
things you love about a
I
woman.
do.
I
love a smile. I love a spirit. I love honesty. I love femininity. Not femininity
Yeah.
with,
Yes.
with an addendum. I
Yes.
want femininity.
Yes.
Be soft. Relax
Yes,
yourself.
yes.
In the presence of a man, you should automatically be soft, because there's no reason to go like this. I'm not the dude who hurts you. So don't treat me like the dude who hurts you.
Yes.
Treat me like the man that I am, and you be the woman that you are, and you'll be beautiful and feminine, and I'll be masculine, and that's what that is.
Yeah, so I have to kind of break it down a little bit too.
Okay, break it down.
But I'll say,
Break it
I'll bring it into these 5 dimensions. Spiritually, being submitted to the Lord. That God is her King, Jesus is her Lord and Savior. Socially, being friendly, pleasant, polite, agreeable, nice to be around with, but also firm in what she's about and what she's not for. Emotionally, stable, understanding herself, able to articulate her feelings in a way that are, constructive, also honest. I know that we can't always sit down and have a perfect conversation, but be honest with yourself and know yourself. Mentally, you got to be like a go-getter, smart, ambitious, wanting to grow and learn. And then physically, like the brother said, soft, smell good, take care of yourself. I like those things.
For me, I would have to start off and say, for me, strength in a woman is incredibly attractive to me. A strong woman, like I said, that knows how to balance sass, class, but then also be soft. all at the same time. That's huge for me. Someone who is able to not only articulate how she feels, and be able to communicate with me, but is also honest. Like she's honest. She won't lie to me. Like they say, don't protect me with a lie, but if you have to hurt me with the truth, then go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would prefer, for me, that, and I think also a sense of responsibility to realize that she has the power to create life, and bring that into this world. And a woman with that sense of responsibility, that sense of self-power, that sense of just royalty, to me, is incredibly attractive. And also not so quick to, try to chastise. Sometimes, like you read a lot of girls who they're so quick to try to, like, especially if they're like educated, just as educated as you, they feel like they have to battle you with education. It's like, no, we can teach each other. We can teach each other. So someone who realizes that if we disagree, that's an opportunity for us to learn each other, not an opportunity for us to hate each other. So those are the things that I find really, really beautiful and attractive, specifically like with women. That's like, those are, and everything that they said, of course. Everything they said, of course.
And I just really want to thank you guys for being on my panel, because you kept it all the way real, and you were an excellent example of what us young women have to look forward to, So single women out there, they are out here. Look at them. They're so attractive. I mean, all different flavors. I mean, take your pick. I'm telling you, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. You have officially been buzzed. Till next time. Be sure to watch more of the Buzz Club every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. on Philadelphia's Comcast, Channel 66, and Verizon, Channel 29.